Good evening. Autumn in Australia. 100 degrees today. Quite love the changing weather. It's gone down from 105 to 100. It's nearly time to put a sweater on. So did you tell that girl about the floor wing? Did you say you call them?
I'll call her when I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. No bees tonight,
There was one.
was there?
Yeah. I'm moving to the other side.
Another small plane taken off for the mines. Is they're still flying?
Yeah.
So you got that big tub nearly emptied.
It is empty now.
I'll put some tools in it tomorrow. I'll bring the bookcase out here for a while. Just so that the floor can be cleared. Don't even know what the time is.
8 o'clock, I think.
Oh, it might be a bit late. were hopping up on the pier, just taking their biscuit one by one this afternoon.
Who was?
Maggie's. One walked halfway up here to me,
Oh, really?
then I threw one out for him. Half thinking about painting that door, but it's cooler tomorrow. But take the other bathroom door off.
Okay.
Too hard to get to paint.
Is it
No,
looked up?
no, you don't screw it.
No, I reckon that should have been looked up as well.
Yeah, I suppose. Expecting a call from these aircon installers, but they haven't called.
Of course. It says I'm back next week.
No, he said they'll give us a call this week.
Monday.
Told me a little spray. Can't even see him.
I don't have one on my hand.
Ah. Well, there you go. The mines are still busy. What if they'll shut them down eventually?
Suppose it depends what work they're doing, eh?
True. Have you decided where you're going to have the table? Or you want to see what the lounge looks like first? and distance it.
Well, where else would you put the table?
Well, sideways, there's plenty of room.
Oh no, long way.
Why?
Because they're big.
I know, but I just asked why.
I think it will look good like that.
Probably sitting nearly in front of the window. And when's your curtain people coming out?
Actually, this should be ringing me this week.
That's just for the curtains though, isn't it?
Well, they do the whole lot, but I don't have to have that now. I'll see when they ring me. Should have been today or tomorrow even maybe.
Well, they'd need a curtain rail installed before they could give you a measure.
Yeah, I think they do the whole lot.
Okay.
I'm just interested in the price. I reckon it'll be too expensive.
You reckon?
Yep.
Well, it depends what curtains you want, I suppose. Hello, Patty. Good morning to you. We're talking about curtains. It's exciting. So you're just going to go for a lighter curtain. It is evening here indeed. It is 90 degrees still, but it's not too bad. It was 100 today. Autumn in Australia. I believe it's 90 in Texas today. Oh, Dallas. Hello, Shemo. He said hello to Mr. and Mrs. Figleaf. So I got one of our toilet doors painted today. That's exciting. A few other touch-ups. Wife's still sweeping the floor for the 10th time.
I suppose you could change the thing yourself.
Well,
So it's a lift-off door. Or it's too hard.
wouldn't be too hard, but it's not needed. The reason why they do it in a separate toilet is that in the ensuite,
I know.
you can push the door in. You can break the door and get in. Whereas in the toilet, you hit the person.
I realise that.
That's the only reason why.
I realise their logic. But my logic is, what if they actually fall behind the door?
Yes.
Yep, that's your nickname
You
now.
are now
Everybody gets another...
tattooed fig leaf, King Shamo. His national emblem is the fig leaf.
Everybody gets a nickname.
And an otter on one side, fig leaf on the other. '70 Kentucky. My man, this guy doesn't know it yet, but he is going to be mowing today. Oh dear. 8 hours to complete mowing. It's not going to take me 8 hours. You'll see in about another 4 or 5 days. We've got paving and a reasonable sized bit of lawn that will take me 20 minutes to mow. I've mowed enough lawns in my life. Mummy too. And Henny puts those gates back on. I only want about 1.5 inches, no more. I don't want like that. That would be fine.
Well, that's... Well, it depends.
You need a bit. waiting for our electrician to install our oven
That's tomorrow.
tomorrow, and
No, sorry,
Exhaust.
plumbing tomorrow.
no, plumbing's next week.
No.
The channel KK. No, I haven't, Shema, I must be honest. No, you told me he was going Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a call from the air conditioning guy. We've got lots of air conditioners to install. At least they got here. Way too much coke went up that nose. It's nothing worse when someone makes you laugh and you've been drinking a soda.
Oh, yeah.
And it virtually goes right down the back of your throat, up through your nose and out, bubbles. It's like, I didn't need that.
And then it hurts.
You don't think the guy went to sleep yet? Okay. Very quiet here. Everything's just about shut down. A paving guy had a guy working for him today and had a bit of a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about. Next thing he walked off.
Yep. Stick your job up your bum. So yeah. And slowed him down a bit.
Slowed him down a lot.
Fourteen new cases. We've got a cruise ship that didn't have any viruses on board, but our Premier said you're not landing on the mainland. We've got an island called Rottnest. It's a tourist destination. Can hold about 1,200 people. Flash sort of place. Well, the ship's been diverted there, and as they're on their way there today, they had 7 confirmed cases.
I actually thought it was more.
No, it's 7, well, at this stage. So, yeah, the problem is that if you take it seriously for a short time, we can ease lots of pressure on society. There is a process, and I think Trump is doing this, working on the herd mentality. That's what people used to do. I mean, to give you an idea, when I was a kid, my mum would take me to a chickenpox party. But chickenpox isn't fatal. So all the kids in the village would get chickenpox at the same time.
But that
Hence the herd mentality.
Yeah, but that was after. The vaccine was in.
No, this
But
is
they-
well before vaccine.
Well,
There was no vaccine for polio, diphtheria, measles, whooping cough. There were none when I was a kid. They came a lot later. They did come.
I had all those stuff in primary school. And then the first year of high school, I had the rubella.
Well, rubella was given when I was at school, but I went fishing that day.
So you
That was
had
my...
it.
No, I didn't have it.
And
I
then-
got it from petting the kangaroos. We've got about 3,000 cases in Australia. And we have had 13 people die. And most Australians are taking it seriously. But of those 13, about 11 of them off cruise ships.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but then they also
no worries, Paddy.
spread it off the cruise ship.
So,
Okay, Paddy.
and I do hope the younger people are listening. There are people who are telling their stories now. They're not recovered, 20-year-olds and younger. They've had the virus, they've had complications with their health, and they're still in hospital. Some of these couple of months down the track. So it's not as if you get off scot-free. They were mainly elderly passengers on board cruise ships. Cruise ships are becoming a petri dish for this thing. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know why. You've got to walk down a passageway and you just basically brush up against each other. No matter where you go, if you go to the restaurants or even what we call the pig trough, there's hundreds of people milling and touching, and so it's been proved that a lot of these cases around the globe are coming from the virus easily spread on board. Like I say, this ship didn't have any confirmed cases, but the Premier said you're not landing in WA, you're going to the island, and just before they get there, they have 7 confirmed, which you can bet your bottom dollar there'll be a lot more. Yeah, it's just one of those terrible things. People like just visiting grandma, not even knowing they had the virus and not showing any symptoms. Could spread it in nursing homes. You can't go to a nursing home here now. You are not permitted to go in at all. But New York looks terrible. Yeah, there's no doubt as you get older, you're much more susceptible for this, but it's not just an old people's disease. That's what some of the doctors from China are trying to explain. The Chinese doctors have said, yes, people are probably not as dying as much as they were, but even young people are taking forever to recover and they have complications. That's not really being broadcast. A lot of young people think they're bulletproof. It's only the old people dying, who cares? And I think in the UK, a perfectly healthy 21-year-old girl has died of the virus. No other medical condition, 0. So if young people think they're immune, they may less likely die from it, but if they think they're immune from the consequences, someone needs to tell them.
In the last week, it's coming out more in any age. So I reckon it's mutated, whatever they call it. It's changed.
The Spanish flu mutated into a more nasty virus, but virologists say it's not normally the case. What happens with mutations is that the actual virus can get weaker. Her mum's 80 plus, told her not to go outside. She went outside, gave her heck. She started laughing. Yeah. Oh well, you can only do so much, Shamo.
Anyway, what are you doing today, Shamo?
Yeah, what are you up to, mate? Not back at work yet, I don't think. One of the sad things, if you think about it, is that a lot of the old people, either during the Second World War or after the Second World War, rebuilding nations and putting in those huge efforts, they're the people in nursing homes now. Hello, VMAC. She's in Portugal. I'm not sure how it's going there. But these people, not only should we respect them, but they're so vulnerable and they've given so much over a lifetime, like your mother raised you. And there are plenty of mums of shamos around the world who are passing away, which is terrible. If the whole planet could just get serious for 1 month, because I have no doubt at all the infection rate is way higher. You have confirmed cases, and that's all they want to do. I would say you can multiply it by 100. For every 1 confirmed, I think you can add another 100 to multiplication. Because some are asymptomatic, they don't feel anything, maybe a headache, a bit of a cough. They don't even know they've got it. So there's a herd immunity occurring naturally. It doesn't mean that the virus it's not even, it's not equal in its distribution as far as veracity. I mean, that 21-year-old girl in the UK had no other issues with her health. I think we're being told what we need to know. I think the infection rate is extremely higher than the figures. And like I say, my guess is that parts of Australia, we've got 25 million, I think probably 5 million would be infected, and some don't even know. What am I saying? I'm saying about 20% of the populations around the world are probably infected, and most of them are very mild. But it does mean it's going to linger.
What's your weather, VMAC?
Cold, I imagine. 100 degrees here today, VMAC. 100. Autumn weather, you'd love it. -1 with the weather warnings.
-1.
Yeah.
Still cold.
38, I think it got here. It was warm. But that's it. Next rest of the week's all cooler, a lot cooler. 27s, 28s. Jumper time. And because we've been so busy, we're not eating, are we really? I had cereal tonight.
I don't.
Oh no, we had leftover
That's right, we had pasta.
creamy pasta for lunch.
We had whatever
Mixed
it's called.
precipitation and northeasterly gusts up to 55 kilometres out. That's our afternoon sea breeze, 50 to 60.
Like the pasta one, that was too hot to have anything else.
Yeah, that's true. When it gets hot, it's a bit hard to eat. -10, beautiful day there. Yes, I'm sure you're going to be out skinny dipping in the lake. That'd make a good video, plenty of hits. And ambulance drivers picking you up. I've lost my fig leaf in the lake, officer.
Yep.
We can't save it, son. It's gone. You need to let go. But it's everything. It'd be cold, I imagine, BMAC. We get in June, July, we get the cold fronts come up from the Antarctic. And for us, it's bitter cold. It can get down to about 0, but it's the winds that come with it. They're usually always over 100k. Normally 7 or 8 times a year during that season. Just big waves come up.
Was it supposed to rain today?
Where?
Yeah.
No, it'd just be thunderstorm if it did.
Well, who's supposed to be getting rain?
BMAC.
No, I thought someone here in Australia was getting rain.
I'm sure someone in Australia's getting rain.
I thought it was us.
We get 2 severe winds. One's off the Antarctic for those couple of months, and then we get the easterly, which can just get incredibly hot. Hot wind. You don't get cold winds. It's not cold tonight. It was 100 today, Chemo.
Well, let's hope my carpets arrive in WA tomorrow. I've had no call saying it's not coming, so
I imagine it's here.
yes, we do get cold winds.
We do.
I have to wear 2 pairs of socks, thick woolly
Wife, yeah.
pants,
Wife wears gloves,
gloves.
shivering.
scarf. Actually, I have to wash all that in preparedness.
Yes. But the wife moved all the bits and pieces into the cupboards of the new kitchen. Or most things, haven't they?
Some from the.
So where are you going to put the plates?
I don't know.
Maybe underneath where the oven is, the hot plate. 100 means nothing to me. It's about 37.8,
I had to convert it.
I think, or 37 point something. So we got to 38, so it was 100. We have had many days.
Yeah, they make those Celsius.
Yeah, but I'm telling you in Fahrenheit. I think we had about 8 or 9 days over 40, about 40 days over 100, and many 90 degrees days. It's the hottest summer I can recall. Like getting 100 today, it's not that unusual near the end of March, but by the end of March, we should be getting the cooler days. 37.777. There you go. It was 38 here, so I'm safe in saying it was 100. It's funny that we get two types of heat. When the season changes like this, we get a little bit of humidity. We don't get a lot of humidity for the year, and it usually comes at the end of summer. So if you get a really hot day at the end of summer with the humidity, 100 feels like 120. It's pretty tough. It's so tough sitting in my vein. I can't broadcast live anymore because my shawarma melted over my laptop. I have frozen my hands so many times now. Might as well. When I was a kid, and we got snow in Australia, we've been to the snow here. It's still the same cold, but as a kid, I can tell you, and I repeat myself, I know, but sleet, walking home from school. I used to walk 4 mile to school and 4 mile back. That's not made up, that's the truth. No school buses when I was a kid. And I remember coming home a couple of nights during one particular week, and it came in, it's already dark at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the middle of winter in the UK. And the sleet come in. It really is like getting hit with a cat with 9 tails. You can't hide your face, you put your hand up, your hand gets stung. You hide under a tree. It's just terrible. And that's, as you know, you get your ice storms. So you look at the trees as you're walking home, filling up with drippy ice that will be frozen by morning. That was the worst. I got frostbite twice, similar weather, just getting wet and cold. But yeah, so I remember what cold is. We lived for a short time in a place called Fradley, which is up north in the UK. And it's just wind all the time off the Scottish Ocean. Don't know how those Highlanders did it, you know, in the early days, the Middle Ages, up in the mountains. Yeah, Jock, what? Get me a couple more sheep, I'm freezing. What? You're not doing anything to those sheep, are you, Tom? No, just keeping them for warmth. Or maybe breakfast in the morning. Yes, those were the days.
My chat doesn't seem to be working properly.
Your chit.
Chat, I don't have my face down there. I've just got to
Okay.
go out and come back in.
I don't know. I think tomorrow is going to be 29 degrees. Big change. February. No winter cure. Yeah, I landed in Australia in January of 1969. It was the absolute reverse for me. Good morning, Carolyn. Left Heathrow Airport after a day waiting for the runway to be cleared because there were 4 feet of snow. Landed in Perth, Western Australia. And at midnight, it was 101. And I thought it was daytime. Thought, gee, it's hot during the day here. And it was nighttime. Certainly a big shock from being freezing every day to basically like a lizard on a rock where you couldn't move or breathe because it was so hot. Many immigrants, after a very short period, just went back home. Just too hot for them. It's too hot for tourists, alone immigrants. That's why a lot of people went on the east coast of Australia, because it's milder, not as hot as here on the west coast. Like in the east coast now, they're getting 22s, 18, 25 degrees, west 38. Karen on TV3, you blocked me on your channel for saying the word subscribers. What's a subscriber?
Yep, what is a subscriber?
I just think of you as people. A cup of coffee. My consumption has tripled. I reckon you're a morning person, VMAC, like me. Mornings are good. I watch the sun come up nearly every morning. As if I'm not working somewhere. I enjoy watching the colours in the sky. Got a photo actually, I should have made that. It's a beautiful sunrise a couple of mornings ago. That pink, dark purples, and beautiful. And the birds come and say good morning to me. Best part of the day. Lately, I'm a morning and night person. I'm a 24/7 vampire. Yeah, it must be strange. I don't know whether your work's been affected because you work remotely. Shouldn't, I imagine. Lots of Australians have had the ability to take work from home. Some limited, obviously. But meetings can be taken online. People doing different type of structures within business can work online.
Has her office in her house.
Basement, I think she goes down to.
Downstairs.
Well, there's one thing Americans aren't doing today, and that's there's no baseball season. I believe that's been postponed. No sport at all, really, I don't think. Just going to pop inside for a sec. I'll be right back. I'll leave you in charge of Mr. Angel.
Okay, let's play with them.
Oh, you don't want it on you? You don't want to talk to your people?
I can talk to my people from here. Don't,
I shall do we while I'm gone.
don't talk about you.
Let's go for it.
Then we have to go, then you'll go back and watch it. Quick, we can talk about it now. I'm so glad when they can get the dust out of its place. Oh, hear that, people? Can you hear that plane? I think that's, what's the name? What we call FIFO. Fly in, fly out. Is that what you call your remote workers? Like, do you have workers that work 2 on, 1 off? Well, I suppose everybody has it in their country. Work 2 weeks on, 1 week off, or some do 3 week, 3 by 1. Some do 1 by 1. Oh, I'd love a coffee, but it's too late. What time is it? Oh God, no. I'll be up peeing all night. Yeah, I know it's never too late for coffee, but when you're constantly peeing, it is. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
family got it from me for Mother's Day last year.
Alright.
While we were away, when I came back, remember?
What's his name?
Purpley.
That's not a name.
It
That's a
is.
description.
Well, you know what he is.
I think he's definitely a Rupert.
A Rupert.
Yes.
He is a sloth.
So he lives in a B-class van?
No. God, don't insult him. Insult my sloth.
Hello. Hello, Butters. Hello, Butters. Hello. I'm a sloth. I used to live in a B-class van, but I went to do a wee behind a tree, and some big fat monkey stole it. So sad.
Why does he have a funny voice?
Because he's weird. Sloths don't normally talk. But who's that? Who's that person typing there? Oh, it's the Fig Leaf Legend himself. Hello, King Shamrock. How the fuck are you? Good? Look at Buttercup. She's in a nightie. Oh, that's an eyeful. Crikey. I may be a little bit unslothy shortly. Yeah. So, what you been up to?
Yes, he's been painting again, guys, if you're
What?
wondering.
What? What'd you say?
It's a sloth.
A floth. It's a sloth. You need to go to be educated, Mystic Angel.
I need to be, what?
You said a floth.
I said sloth.
Oh. I've got old slothy ears. Mind you. It's life. So, what you been up to, Buttercup? Are you ignoring me? Fine. Fine, I'll go and find some squirrels to talk to. Your friends don't like me. I'm sad. Oh.
He doesn't
Okay.
look sad.
See you later. You don't care, I understand. Hope you get hit by a truck. Yeah. See ya.
Oh, that's good exercise.
Ah. Yeah, lay on there.
I'm keeping my eye on that Shamo bloke. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Ah!
Put it back up there.
Not sure what you're dealing with. What's that from? This is a... Yes. Yes, there are no dramas here. Only llamas and sloths.
Can't really see him.
He's a bit shy anyway.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I am fucking not.
That looks scary.
Now, children. I want you to share the chocolate and separate.
Yes, well, I wear odd socks, so...
I like fruit and nut chocolate. I
Yeah.
do. Or hazelnut. Put him up there. but it's quite warm this evening. Did I hear correctly that the US has had 1,000 people pass away? That's staggering. Such a short time. Mr. Trump did say in an interview he'd like this all to be over by Easter Sunday, which I believe is the 15th of April. Possibly he should have said Good Friday, which is the 12th of April. Is that right, or was it the 15th? I don't know, it was either one. But on the 15th of April...
No, 12th. He wants people...
The 12th? It must be 3 days later then, because on the 15th of April in 1912, they also had a disaster called the Titanic.
Yeah, this is the 12th of April. I don't know if that's Easter Saturday or something.
I don't think there was any deaths in Nova Scotia last time I spoke with BMAC.
It's under control there, to as best they can.
The nation that worries me to hell, because they won't tell anyone anything, is Indonesia. We've had 13 deaths in the whole of Australia, 3,000 confirmed cases, which you can multiply that by 100,
Hey, Butty, what a...
and 11 were off cruise ships.
Butty, the sad story of that 21-year-old in the UK.
Yeah, I was just talking to Shamo about that before, how I hope young people are listening. Perfectly healthy 21-year-old UK lass. Well, we've been busy, but we haven't been anywhere for 4 days.
Oh, I can show the girls a little bit.
Oh,
Well, I'll put stuff in the cupboard.
oh, we're doing that.
Well, I was proud because you'll get to see what my favourite theme is, besides purple. Oh, I missed that. I've got to find the... Oh, did I bring a mozzie in with me? Better not be a bee. Oh, look. Oh, go on, everyone go, ah. My chicken stuff. My chicken stuff in there. This will be my coffee station and glasses. I can't actually see them. I like the mason jars. Geez, you haven't been outside. Actually, we are. Well, yeah, I don't know, Buttercup. They say she was a strong, healthy person. Who knows? I just think a lot of the time we're just getting told bullshit, not getting told nothing. They swear blind she was strong, healthy, no underlying conditions. 21 and died.
Yes, we got that on the news here.
So do you like my chickens? Baseboard soup. What is baseboard soup? VMAC. Are you there, VMAC? I have a tragedy here.
What?
I have no chocolate.
Dun, dun, dun. Sure, no chocolate?
No.
No chocolate ice cream?
No. Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate biscuits? No, you got chocolate biscuits. You got
Yeah.
Tim Tams.
I actually should have put them in the fridge.
You've definitely got Tim
Oh,
Tams.
okay. Okay. I thought it might have been some sort of new soup. I did stock up more VMAC, but we got stuck into them. I got Tim Tams, but I must. Well, actually, I should have put them in the fridge. Damn, I already put them in the new pantry. I think they better be in the fridge before we open them. They could be a bit soft.
We've got plenty of coffee.
Yeah, I got plenty of coffee. But I will get another coffee when I go out. Well, no, actually, I don't need to get another one. No, we're right for coffee.
Yeah.
It's the chocolate.
Yeah, they screeded all the sand today, which is getting the levels, compacting it and scraping it to a level. And they worked all day and they got about 3/4 of it done, and they got the drive to do now. So it's 300 square metres of paving.
Yeah, actually, I was looking over the edge there thinking, why have we done so much paving?
Because I don't have any maintenance.
Well, I'll be getting heaps of big pots
Sounds good to me.
so I can put some miniature trees and stuff round.
Perfect.
Lint is too expensive, Chamo, just keep it.
Lint, what, belly button lint? Or?
Chocolate.
Oh, lint, that chocolate. Yeah, I don't really like that, to be honest.
Oh, I do.
I don't like Easter egg chocolate at all.
I do.
No.
Cadbury.
Nah, it's all got that funny tainty taste.
Cadbury?
Yeah,
Oh, well, all the more for me.
well it is normally.
I like. That's the only time I do put my chocolate in the fridge. I like to buy the bunnies, put them in the fridge, and then bite the ears off. No. Whack it on the table so it cracks up and then eat it. Actually, it'll be interesting how much chocolate stuff they actually sell. Alright, you can send that to Buttercup. I don't. I eat
I don't
fresh.
like white chocolate in it. It's
I
not,
love white chocolate.
well, it's not chocolate.
No, I know. I love white chocolate, but I ate fresh strawberries. I don't really like
Yeah, I like fresh strawberries.
strawberry flavoured chocolate. Caramel, yum. That's my most favourite. Caramel.
I got 4 boxes for free shopping with a Red Canadian. What? Of strawberries?
No, of chocolate, of Lindt
Oh.
chocolate.
Okay.
The Real Canadian Superstore. What is a Real Canadian Superstore?
You don't like caramel?
You don't like caramel? Oh, yum.
She's a hard chocolate lady.
Oh yes, I like Caramello Bears. Cadbury Caramello Chocolate. Ah, it's a grocery store.
Superstore.
So,
Those
what-
Canadians could just abbreviate and say, it's a store.
so it has like just groceries or other stuff in it.
One of my favourite things, and though I don't eat a lot of it because it's too sugary, is nougat.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Special bits of hazelnut crushed through it. Yum.
So I can't. Yeah, I like the soft caramel.
The stupid store. Yeah, we tend to have stores that are just what they are.
I'm trying to think.
Food shops, junk shops, dollar store type things.
Our cheap shop does sell things like
Oh, look,
lollies.
nothing's $1. It's always up
No,
to $100. Some of the
$2.
stuff. Oh, there's some expensive stuff in there.
Our cheap store does sell cheap stuff as well as food, but basic food, just like biscuits and things and chips.
So those sort of shops get stuff that didn't sell at the supermarket well. Do you know what I mean? They'll get run-offs like 100 boxes of sauce,
Oh yeah, yeah.
things like that.
Sometimes they're brand names.
But there's not really a superstore probably other than IKEA.
I know we've got Costco now.
Well, I don't know what Costco's got to offer, but we ain't going for a while.
No. But you've got to go sometime and go check it out.
Well, we'll
You've
go
not-
when things are better.
Yeah, because you've never been to a Costco.
Yeah, but I'm not going probably for a few months. Be silly to.
And what's the other one? Lidl, the German shop. 'Cause you've got Aldi.
They were coming here, but they didn't, did they? Aldi's is here.
Yeah.
Points.
Yes, I know, Buddy.
Costco is dangerous. I always spend a fortune.
But they, like I check things out there, but they've got a good range. Well, the one I went to, of spices and that. They have like really big containers
Oh,
of
I'd be
them.
interested in that.
Yeah, they
But mind
do.
you, I get my spices
I'm
from Two
talking-
Brothers.
You're talking kilo of paprika, a kilo of
I'd never
cinnamon,
used a kilo of paprika in 10 years. That big.
and kilo of cinnamon. Yum.
Yeah, but they're only good for about a year.
Oh, and man, the massive bags of chips.
I saw Anissa with that one.
Yeah.
3 kilo bag of chips. It doesn't seem right. Well, we like eating fresh food mainly anyway, so
Yeah, I do like my chips though. Which the grandkids have gotten into. I have
Yeah.
to replenish that. I seem to have had a packet of chips gone missing.
well, the grandkids have been
I
here.
think so, because the teriyaki ones you bought, because they were quite nice.
Yeah, they're okay.
I thought they were good, but we bought 2 packets, but there was only one.
Oh, William does like to wander off. You'll often catch him in the bedroom kitchen, just sitting there eating, just having a snack.
Well,
Okay.
that'll change soon, because it's starting to get emptied.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good idea to shop with kids.
I mean, Costco even sells coffins. Did you know that?
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
When I went to Costco's with Mum, bless her soul when she was alive, she said, "I'll just get me coffin from here."
Right.
Yeah, they got like little parts that it's all stuck on a wall, and then you pick which one you want. They did.
I don't particularly want to go shopping for one just yet. So hopefully we'll have a fully functioning kitchen by about the middle of next week, because we've got to wait for the plumber to hook up my stovetop and our sink. Good spot, that sink. You can see everything from there.
Yeah. All right.
Costco is out nowadays. Ethically shopping for me. Polish my head. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't tell people to eat a lot of fresh food, but we do like to eat fresh food. Lots of veggies. Got the pancake. She has a membership and gets a few. Yeah, I think what it works in Australia, you're saying one of our daughter-in-laws is going to get a card and put your name on it as well. Maybe 2 people can have
Yeah.
the use of the card. I don't know, was it about $100 a year or something?
No, it's not that much.
Whatever it is.
60.
Right. You know, when I got those, I forgot to go for a wee, so I've got to go for another one. So I put Rupert back where he belongs.
Yes.
Oh, she says sternly.
Yes, hanging back on the
Yeah.
chair.
There, Pedro. Bye.
When my nieces and nephews go to Costco, they like to get the, because food there as well. They get the pizza. They like the Costco pizza. And something else they get to eat. So they always go there when it's lunchtime. Yeah, we do too, VMAC, but I do like to go and have a look. Sometimes I will, well, this was when I was in Sydney. A few of the snack stuff I get because it was good value. Yeah, see, ours is 60 a year. How's yours work, Buddy? So if you have a big... So, when you... Are you a member, are you, Buddy? So it's 60 here. So I'll just give the daughter-in-law half. And... each person can take a guest. I think that's how it works. I don't know, I've got to check up on that. So if she does it, but I give her half the money, I don't know. I'm too tired to work it out. Well, we've got Coles in our shopping centre. We'll go there. All the fruit, veggie, except for oh, sorry, I'm tired. Garlic. They always have Chinese or Mexican garlic. It's only certain months of the year that I can get Australian garlic. And then I'll go to the little fruit and veg shop that we've got in the thing next to we've got a real butcher. Oh, okay, better discounts, right. No, but I will take seeds down because he's never been to one, so it'll be good for him just to have a look. Alright, so fair trade, you're calling it, is that like what is that, a supermarket or something? Yeah, start growing my own, what, chocolate? No, we will. When this is all finished, of course we'll grow our own veg, and I'm going to get two dwarf lemon trees, which they don't actually stay dwarf, but they'll be a good size. I think they'll get about as tall as me, which is 5 foot. 2 lemon trees, trying to find a golden delicious apple tree. I don't know if I'll have much luck though. Blueberries, but I'll grow them in big tubs. And then whatever fruit and veg, whatever herbs and veg that Seeds puts in. Now they make a contract with them. Oh, alright. Oh, I get it now. That's what right, I understand. That's what our IGA does. Well, they're explaining fair trade. It's like they support the local...
Mayday. VMAC stuck in the basement with a large chocolate bar wedged against the door.
Man, that is loud.
I want you to break in, son.
Yes,
I don't want you to save her, but get the chocolate.
Yeah, I'm bloody follow them then. Our IGA tries to get all local. And our Spud Shed. is
Well,
all
he grows.
local.
He grows most of his stuff.
Yeah, and Spudshed, they grow. So they're like a massive, big sort of farmer's co-op, Spudshed, isn't he?
Well, he grows most of his produce.
Yeah, and then 2-3 times a year he gives potatoes away.
You can definitely tell fresh
Yeah.
produce from like, oh, this has been stored in a warehouse for 6 months.
Yes, we have IGA. We've got normal IGA, and then we've got the super IGA. The super IGA here has a little bit more on the upmarket side of stuff, and it's a bit expensive.
Much bigger stores, like the one
They're
in Bustleton.
a lot bigger store, but I've got to admit, all round IGA here is not cheap. But you go in once a week and just see what they've got on special. Yeah, so that's fair trade. Supports local. That's what our IGA try. Well, so does Coles actually. Coles tries to buy as much local as they can as well. But we'll see if Seed grows garlic, because that's one thing.
Well, lots of it.
Well, just we tried to grow it once and it didn't work.
And Augusta grew beautifully.
Oh, in Augusta, but the other place didn't.
Fresh garlic.
Yeah, that's why we mainly go to. There's the odd thing I buy in the supermarket in Coles that's grown locally, or mainly like that little fruit and veg shop had those bag of apples I bought that time.
Yeah.
Man, they were nice.
Yeah, a lot of people go to a supermarket and they buy their meat. It's been killed about 3 days before, chopped up and put in a plastic wrapper, where a proper butcher keeps his meat hanging for about 14 days.
Yeah. I mean, I don't eat a lot of meat, but when I do, I can't even taste the difference. I can tell where it's been bought from. Yeah, actually, I've got to admit, I've never taken notice where my coffee comes from. I'll have to have a look one day.
Where's my Makona? In the cupboard, is
Oh,
it?
it's in the cupboard. I forgot to pour it out to give it to you.
That's right.
Ah, yeah, you see, you noticed that I wasn't giving you Makona.
Yeah, goat's all right.
In a
Nothing wrong
curry.
with a bit of goat. It's the most eaten meat in the world, actually, goat. We eat sheep all the time. Lamb, L-M-B, L-A-M-B, lamb. I've got two bargains. I've got 2 butterflied legs of lamb, marinated. Normally they were like $30. I got them for 14. So they're in the freezer. That might be the first meal I cook, actually. Lamb
Just remember
roast.
to wipe if you make a mess in our new kitchen when you use it.
I always clean up. There's 2 sides to our kitchen. The industrial side, where cleaning takes place, and the creative side, where the cooking takes place.
Yes, but you must clean up after yourself.
I always do.
I don't know if we can be allowed to use the new kitchen. It'll be all like an alien to us.
I'll be good, don't worry.
We'll see us first up and then go back to in the middle of the room with our little gas burner on.
No. Yeah, goat's okay. Like, it's just the thought of eating goat, I think, for people. Not that dissimilar in the meat you get off a lamb, as in cuts. Lambs have bigger legs, so you get a bigger roast. But a lot of goat is usually splayed and cooked on open fires around the world. I suppose if you're not used to eating goat or kangaroo, you just won't want it. It's like Americans don't really eat a lot of lamb. We do. We've got millions of the buggers roaming around.
Yeah, our lamb is expensive.
Yeah.
But you need to sell a kidney. Good in a minute.
Got to bring your benches around next week and put them on the papers.
Huh?
Got to bring the benches back round.
The two sort of, yeah, the good ones, but the other two I'm going to position around there somehow. I might go sit around there as well sometimes.
Yeah. Little hidey holes.
Oh, yeah. How much is your lamb, Butty?
How much is Butty's lamb? Or
Butty, how
lamb's
much
butty.
is-
How much is your butt?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got some Portuguese friends. They love their meat, trust me.
Well, just do your own meals. Do separate. There are times we've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Seeds wants these really hot curries.
I just
You
make
like
up
it?
4 or 5 meals and chuck them in the freezer.
Yeah. Make up so that if he wants something and I don't feel like it, that he can grab it out and eat it. Yeah, ours is expensive too here. Seeds only gets it when it's on special.
Which is every now and then. Yeah, I have lots of different hot sauces. I like chili.
Yes, I don't. So, of course, Seeds likes his meat curry, so he'll cook up a batch for himself, freeze them, or he'll take some out before he makes it too hot.
I always make you a mild version. And then I'll take what I'm going to have and I'll change it.
I do like curried vegetables, but still not hot though.
If you like massaman curries,
Well, the
better
one-
than an Indian curry.
No, I like Indian curry, but that massaman you cooked the other day is not like what you...
No, there was a little bit of extra curry in there, as in powder. But I mean, normally the massaman I make for you, you like
Did you add extra in?
$60, 60 quid for a kilo of lamb.
Whoa.
No, it's not that expensive here.
Wow.
That's $120 a kilo. It's about $35 a kilo, or about 17 quid. But I do like, we like just roast veggies, actually. I always cook more than we need because you can just simply make something out of them, like soup, or you can have them the next day with something else.
Sour cream and chili sauce.
Yep.
So it's like a mild chili, mild curry.
I don't take the skin off vegetables when I roast them. So this adds that little bit extra. Like I eat pumpkin skin roasted, sweet potato skin roasted, potato skins roasted, carrots.
Now, when you buy
All the
nice,
goodness is actually in the skin.
when you buy nice carrots, you don't need to peel them. Yeah, that's what seeds
Yeah.
does for me.
That's all you got to do, VMAC. You obviously got different people in the house that don't
What
like
about-
hot food.
One going that way and one coming in.
What are you talking about?
Plain.
They're only small mining planes. Yeah, but that's how we do it. But even like sometimes soup needs a bit of a kick for me, but I know I can't add it, so I give yours separately. But I do make just universal stews and soups that everyone loves. So. And
Yep.
that time's coming up shortly.
But the boys like your hot curry.
Mm. Or chili, when I make chili.
Oh, yeah, they
We
like
call it chili beef, but ground beef, chili, lots of chili, more chili, garlic, heaps of onions. Near the end, some red kidney beans, some black beans if I got them.
Oh, I do
Let
like
it cook
beans.
for about 4 hours, slowly.
I do like the bean mix with chickpeas chucked in, red onion, a little bit of olive oil, and tin corn.
Yeah, I grew up on rabbit, Chamo. Nothing wrong with a rabbit. That's because it wasn't cooked properly, Buttercup. You can make lamb and goat just as tender.
Oh God, they all like it hot.
Good. If we go there, I know I'm going to eat. I don't know about you. I might have to chew on a banana.
Yeah, that's not going to be fair. You'll have to do 3 VMAC. I'll just take my veggies out before you
Food
make
becomes
it
down.
hot.
I would breed rabbits. Rabbits, well, that's what used to happen when I was a kid. There was some old bloke in the neighbourhood that would be breeding them. And if you know what rabbits are like, it don't take long to get a lot of rabbits. And he would kill them, skin them. I think he used to leave it the kidneys in for people because they used to eat that. But yeah, no, rabbit's fine. Tastes a little bit like chicken.
No, it doesn't.
It's fine. It's a good meat.
I've had rabbit. I don't dislike it.
It's always better as a casserole. With carrots, onions, potatoes, etc. It is nice. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'll guarantee you, if KFC come up with a KFC rabbit version, people would eat it. No problem. I can kill and skin a rabbit in about 40 seconds, you know. There's not much to it.
Oh,
Yes, dogs tend to like to play with rabbits, like chomp chomp. It's not really part of the rat family, VMAC.
yeah.
It's part of the chicken family. Just ask anyone that cooks it up for you. What does it taste like? Chicken. The old cone of death for the chickens. You put them in a big stainless steel cone. They pull the head down the bottom. They go, "What's going on here?"
Yep, you do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Yep.
What about kangaroos, VMAC? Is that a rat?
I don't like kangaroo.
That's
I've
all right.
tasted it in so many different ways, I just don't like it. I won't.
It's very lean meat. It's best done with cooked. You get a bit of cubed of kangaroo and you get a bit of bacon, cube of kangaroo, bit of bacon because that fat
Yeah, I know.
helps the process.
I
Marsupial? Ooh. So it's a mouse but very big. That's what you're saying,
yeah.
VMAC. It's a mammal. Just like you. VMAC.
She hasn't got a pouch.
You never know. Everybody, even vegetarians and vegans, if they were hungry, will eat anything because it's human nature.
But
They may not like to, I'll be honest, but they would not starve to death on principle.
But you probably can find just as much vegetarian stuff in the world as you can an
Yep,
animal.
you
So,
can.
yeah, probably.
Yep, there's plenty of edibles here, VMAC.
Yeah.
But you need to eat a lot of them, and it's the quantity of calories. Fish, I know vegetarians that did go through hard times, and they didn't eat fish normally, they ate fish.
Oh, but you don't my smell when they're dead. Oh my god, especially if one dies and it's behind your fridge. Yuck.
Just give it another 6 weeks, Buttercup. The warm weather will get rid of the smell. It'll be
Just don't-
something for Tony Robinson to dig up in about 20 years' time.
Yeah, just don't let your dogs roll in it. It's amazing how dogs like to roll in dead things.
And shit. Yeah, no, I'm saying even vegetarians, when they were hungry, I've read stories how certain tribes never used to eat meat at all, not even fish, but they turned to fish during hard times, as everyone would do. See, a lot of things based on veganism, pescatarians, vegetarians, it's all principles, and I'm good with that, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't let anyone starve if their choice of food was not available. Like, there's not going to be roaming fields of wild tofu. Let's hunt that big tofu.
You and your tofu.
No, there ain't no wild. So if we caught fish and most people didn't eat fish, they would learn to eat fish. The sea is abundant with food. Can't catch it on top, you go below.
And there's seaweed you can eat.
Yep. You have to eat about 10 kilo of kelp to get the same equivalent of about a big fish food. The principles are to be admired, but they're not to be silly. If people go hungry, you eat whatever you have to.
Seaweed just smells though. I think that's what turns me off eating seaweed.
There's a lot of proteins in seafood. Hello, Danny. You little Danny. Oops, what happened there? Oh, we have millions of them. But like I was saying, they tried to get rid of them with myxomatosis, a virus.
I wouldn't eat
And it
our
was
wild.
successful for about 3 years, and now there's more than ever.
To be honest, I wouldn't eat our wild rabbits now anyway. I was a kid when I ate rabbit. That's what we had. That's all Dad could get.
Oh, they don't call snack food in Canada. No, they call it Snavik. I thought that was a town north in Alaska. Have you been to Snavik?
Snack.
Ah, I've been to Snavik. It's a great little place.
VMAX got my keyboard.
I believe you're having 90 degrees today, Danny. That'll be 10 degrees cooler than it was here today. Yeah, it's probably the last big heat for summer here. It's cooling down to about 29 tomorrow.
Yeah, give me my keyboard back.
Snavik, yes. Want 2 packets of Snaviks? What flavor? Barbecue Snaviks? What are Snaviks? It's wild tofu, humanely caught and deep fried in Snavik.
Well, I quite often do typos. A lot of the time you end up being called VMAX
I know why
instead of VMAX.
I know why VMAX was typing, because she's probably eating chocolate and drinking coffee at the same time.
Yes, she's eating my
Or
chocolate.
biscuit. But you can grow a garden. VMAC to feed herself for 1 year only needs a garden 20 feet by 20 feet. That's right, 400 square feet. And VMAC would never have to eat anything but vegetables. She'd have more than enough. In fact, she'd probably feed a whole family of 20 feet by 20 feet. A lot of people get sort of confused that the vegetarians like, you eat very little. No, actually vegetarians probably eat more in volume. Like if I was a vegetarian, a good vegetarian meal for me would be like 3 medium potatoes, a couple of medium carrots, some onions, bit of garlic, maybe some seasoning of some sort, bit of olive oil sprinkled over the top, parsley, and maybe a tiny bit of smoked paprika in the oven. About 40 minutes later, I have a feast, but I probably won't eat it all. So 3 potatoes, 2 carrots out of the garden is not much. Oh, VMAC likes the so do the hokey pokey. Just come here, VMAC, open the door, VMAC. VMAC's not here. VMAC, open the damn door. I did hear your Prime Minister today say he's going to give you $2,000 every month, VMAC. Can you imagine how many vegetables you can buy with it? Staggers the mind. That's about the equivalent of what Australians are getting during this crisis. It's about 2,500 a month, I think. So no one's going to go hungry.
Well, we haven't been to the shop in what?
About 4 days.
4 days, 5 days.
Mm.
A, because we can't get out. Because of
What we could do.
the car. Well, no, you would have got bogged.
No.
And
Get through.
B, we've been doing stuff.
Yeah, just been busy.
Didn't need anything, so...
Oh, so you're not getting it. That's no good. Aren't you getting anything, VMAC? Same as us. We're not getting
well,
nothing.
actually, yeah. Ours is the same. It's targeted.
Well, I might do a general stimulus later where everyone might get a bit of something. No, I agree, VMAC, I agree. There are certainly genuine people out of work now. There's about 2 million Australians this week that have lost their jobs. Yeah, I think we're looking at the peak in some countries, for sure. I'm thinking the end of April will sort of tell us where we really are at, one way or the other. The countries that worry me now, Indonesia, Africa, America, worries me to death. Listening to their president say what he says, it just staggers the mind. You don't throw caution to the wind. You don't tell all the sailors on board a ship to stand out in a 10-4 storm and say, well, if some of you go missing, at least there'll be a few left. That's okay. generally around the planet, meat is not the big consumable at all, it's vegetables. So I did read once it's something like 85% of grain and vegetables are eaten, along with spices, herbs, and etc., and only 15% meat. That's what the planet normally eats. That's including everyone out of the 7 billion. Some countries, they're basically vegetarians. India's a good example. Most of their food is vegetables and rice and naan bread. I just think, and I hate to say this as a statement because it's not, it's just my belief. I think the hierarchy in the US are working on the herd immunity theory, which means many Americans will perish, which is terrible. Most of the Americans that will perish will be people that built that country. 80, 90-year-olds who built that country, defended that country, got the country where it is today, and in the herd mentality immunity system, they will just be thrown away. It's not happening here. There are some... Look, Aussies are not even waiting for the government in some areas. They're just staying home. They're not sending their kids to school. They're rarely going out. And we have 13 deaths in Australia, and 11 of them came off of cruise ships, different cruise ships, but 11 of the dead out of 13 are from another country who died here. So, and people are smart. We went down and got a bit of pieces for the house from Bunnings, which is a hardware store, and they have really big fold-out 6 by 3 foot table in front of the cashier. So you got to lean over with your card. So, and that's good. I've got no problem with that. But there are areas that are still just mystifying, like they've allowed hairdressers to stay open. There's supposed to be a 4 square metre rule of personal distancing in Australia. Well, I've never seen a hairdresser with 6 foot long scissors.
Yeah, that
And,
is
a
funny.
5 foot comb. That is just absurd. In fact, the Hairdressers Association, which covers about 50,000 workers, have said, just close this down. Hardly anyone's coming anyway.
Some of them just
And
close themselves.
if they don't close them down, those people are not eligible for payments. So I think it's got more to do with money than practicality. Everything comes to those who wait, I always think of her as Xena, or, the Tomb Raider woman. That's what I think of Vimo. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-bum. Bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Raiders of the Lost Tomb, starring VMAC and her offside of Fig, the friend, King Shamo. Yeah, my name's King Shamo, What happened to Julian? No, I killed him. Fed him to the goats. Vaccines, I'm going to be brutal. In my opinion, Buttercup, the vaccine will be worthless. If this virus is going through millions and maybe 1 billion people, it will mutate. It may be weaker, that's generally what happens. But having a vaccine for it will be near impossible. In other words, it'll be ineffective. But we'll get through this. We're getting through it right now. We've all been in it for about a month. We know what's happening. Most of you are being careful. Danny is a dear friend that we worry about. And I'm pretty sure she's taking every precaution she can. Yeah, I reckon VMAC could be a softie.
No.
Get
no,
there. She
she's
say,
not.
"See, sits next to me and have a coffee and chocolate
No
with me."
way. No.
And I sit down and she hold a
And
switchblade to my throat, saying, "You get any closer, kid, and it's over."
no, Vema could share her chocolate with me.
Yeah, no, she just throw mine on the lawn. I'm gonna go to get it, and the dogs will get me. We've probably got, and the reports are getting a bit clearer now, there's probably 10,000 tourists in Australia who cannot leave at the moment because all our flights are cancelled. Doesn't mean someone like the British won't organise a special plane to come pick them up. That may happen. But they're a bit worried. They're sort of stuck in B&Bs and hostels, which is not a good place to be. Running out of money. Australian government is providing food. A bit hard to keep going if you get no money. I always think if you play with fire, you'll get burnt. If you're careful when you build a fire and you give it the respect it needs, you still may get burnt. But those who continually play with fire will surely be burnt. It's just
Surely.
a matter of time.
Time for this little shitty shortly.
After what?
Bedtime for
Oh,
this
I
little
see.
chickie shortly, I think.
So what have you been cooking at home? There we go. There's a subject that's dear to my heart. What's been on the menu for the last few days? What have you rustled up for yourselves?
A salad sandwich.
We haven't really been doing too much because we've been working. Yeah, Johnny Cash covers the subject you two are talking about. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. That is for certain. Okay. Have a good day, baby.
See ya.
You might have vegetables tomorrow, I think. Craving some vegetables. We got pumpkin, haven't we?
And sweet potato.
Maybe some roast onions, garlic. We got any sour cream?
No.
Well, we might tootle off. What do you think?
I was gonna have shower. My chat's not working properly anyway.
Is it?
No. I've been playing up the whole time. I don't have a face. Oh yeah, it's sour cream. You know what sour cream is, Butty?
No, she was using the words
Oh.
as a metaphor.
I was a bit slow tonight.
In a cheeky mood, eh? Maybe we'll contact you later.
Oh God. I should think twice when I read your comments, Butty.
Yeah,
I
very
should
much
realise,
tongue in cheek.
yeah. I've been a bit slow on the uptake a couple of days. See, now I've gone from 0 chatters to 4. Well, I was going to go have a shower.
Good night in there somewhere.
Oh, good night.
That's the idea. Enjoy your day, wherever you are.
Love you more, Butty.
We'll get through this. Just day at a time thing. But I want veggies tomorrow. So have a good day. And if you're watching and you're from my part of the world, have a good night. And we'll see you again shortly. Bye-bye.